Hello guys, welcome to YantraLanguage Python Basics tutorial. This is the second video of the tutorial series. So today we'll cover some basic string codes in Python. Also, I'll tell you about my favorite Python book at the end of the video. So be sure to watch the video till the end. Okay then, let's start with the first things first. Now you can see that I'm using a Notepad++ for writing the code, and I'll be using the Windows PowerShell to execute my code. So before starting with anything, let's just type Python here and see if Python is installed, and if so, then which version. So I have Python 3.7 installed on my computer. Cool enough. Now let's go to the code. So in Python, this first line is called a comment. Now, how do you identify whether that line is a comment? It's very simple. A hash character represents a comment. So whatever or anything that follows the hash character, it is a comment, and it is a comment for that particular line only. So if I write type here just coding, then that's not a comment. But if I have first program just coding, then this is a comment. No matter how long it will be, if it is for a line, then it is a comment. Then we have a few other print statements here. So print, what it basically does, it will show you an output on your screen. So whatever that you have written here will come out as an output. Okay, so print hello world. So what we can do, what I'll do here is basically I'll just copy these lines and we'll execute them in the PowerShell. So let's see. I'll paste it here, print hello world. Now, if I execute it, I'll get hello world. And if I do like this, so I have print hello world, and I use double quotes here. So in Python, that works as well. You can use single quote or double quote, it doesn't matter. But what if, let's say, I have written something like this? This is um, Harry's book. Now, do you think this will run? Let's try and see. Oops, it won't run because there are basically three different single quotations here, and it doesn't know where to, like, it knows that it starts from this, but does it end with Harry's? Does it again start with Harry and then end at book? Yeah. So in this case, what we can do is simply change the quotations to double quotes at the end, and then this is Harry's book, right? And this is pretty fun actually. Also, we can do something like this. We can have a multiple line code like this, and then we can just run it. Hello world, this is YantraLanguage. Bye. So this is how you do it. You use three double quotes at the start and at the end, and voila, this is how it is done. Now let's look at some other codes. Okay, so this is a second program. So as you can see, there's a word Python, and then I have like multiple print statements. Now let's see what this actually is. So this is basically a string right now. We'll be playing with the characters and the indexing. So let's see how it goes. So I'll write here word is Python. Okay, simple. And then I'll write print word, and here I'll put 0. Now 0 is the first character which is at index 0. So Python, the first character begins with index position 0. So this 0 will give me P. Now if I do similarly, if I do 2, then I'll get T, because it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's how it works. And what if I give here instead, let's say -1, because I want to try what happens if I give a negative number. It gives me n. So it basically starts from the last character, it gives it a position of -1, and then it goes. So -2 will of course give me O, right? And then we can have something like this. So I will have a 0 and then so this basically means that it's a range, right, from 0 to 2. Here, interestingly, 0 is included while 2 is excluded. So what we'll get is not pyt, but we'll get p and y only, right? So this is pretty good. Now let's see. Let's say that I want to know what is the length of the string. So I'll simply use the len function. I'll type the word here and 6. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The indexes, and those are 6, right? So this is pretty, cool stuff in Python. Now let's play a little more. Let's try concatenation. Okay, so that's basically what we'll do is we'll use the addition symbol to add two or more variables. So let's create variables first. So let's say one is, you know, this is, and then we have two, which says Python, you know, and then I say print 1 plus 2. This is Python. And again, like now what I'll do is let's say I'll store this in another variable, call it 3, and then I'll print 3 here. This is Python, but there is a slight issue here. If you can see, there is no space. We haven't put any space after is or before Python. So what we'll do is we'll play a little more. So let's say I have 4. Now I'll say 1 plus, I'll give a space here instead, and then I'll say 2, and then I'll print it. Yeah, cool stuff. 4. This is Python. Voila! This is so easy. I mean, strings are super fun to play with in Python, and it's like the best thing you can start Python with, right? So it's cool, yeah. Now let's try something else. Now we have one, two, three, four different variables. Each of them have something stored in them. Now I want to make a fifth one, and I want to, just have 10. And then I'll say, you know, give me 1 plus 5. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to concatenate a string and a number. We can't do that. We can only concatenate string and a string. We can't concatenate a string and a number. That's not allowed in Python. So, this is it for today's lesson. We have learned strings here, we have learned concatenation, we have played with the indexes. So, we have pretty much, done the basics of strings. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and yep, as I had promised, I'll show you my favorite book of Python. It's Learn Python the Hard Way, a very simple introduction to Python by Z. Shaw. It's a really wonderful book. It's very, interactive and it's simple. It's just really good to start with. So you can also refer this book as you go through my videos, okay? Cool till here. So I'll see you in the next video. See you then.